Attention green card holders and every international travel. Your trips in and out of the US has changed forever. The US government has just finalized a massive rule that turns every airport, seaport, and land border into a mandatory facial recognition checkpoint. We are breaking down now that Big Brother is officially watching your every move across the border. This rule is not just for foreign visitors, it's a massive step into surveillance feature that includes legal residents of this country. We're going to break it down. Stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, share. This is Voices with Anissa Qalbi, where we talk about healing, faith, business, lifestyle, and stories that matter. Real conversations, no filters. If that's your vibe, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, like, and share. And be sure to click the notification bell. We already spoke about the DNA collection and all of that stuff. Now we're going to talk about, more expansion, basically. The biometric entry expansion. What you need to know is that this rule is finalized, okay? The Department of Homeland Security through U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, that feels like a tongue twister, has officially finalized a sweeping rule to expand the use of facial recognition and other biometric data collection for all non-U.S. citizens when both entering and leaving the United States, okay? Now, this isn't a proposal, it's law. This rule is set to take effect on December 26, 2025. So I guess that a day after Christmas or so, right? You can expect it to be phased in rapidly across all major entry and departure or airports, seaports, and other land border crossings, okay? Now you might be wondering, who does it affect the most? Every single non-U.S. citizen is now included. That means all visa holders, all international visitors, and most crucially, I would say, lawful permanent residents or green card holders, okay? This rule eliminates previous age exemptions, meaning children under 14 and adults over 79 are now explicitly subject to this biometric capture. If you are not a U.S. citizen, prepare for a face scan. What happens is your photo will be taken by a CBP officers or automated kiosks at entry and exit points. This photo is then matched against images you have previously provided for your visa, passport, or other entries, okay? So they're collecting our data, as I said. This is going to be shared across all agencies as we deep dived into it in our previous episode that I posted. If you haven't watched it, be sure, I'm going to try to link it in here. Be sure to watch that so you have a better understanding what I'm talking about with the DNA stuff, at least. So it is integrated. It's an integrated mandatory system designed for one thing, I would say: ironclad identity confirmation every single time you cross the border. Okay, so the privacy and the legal nightmare, and why it matters. The government stated, right, what the goal that they stated versus the actual reality. CBP states that the primary goal of this rule is national security and preventing document fraud, which I understand, but the secondary and far more chilling goal is close informative or information gaps on visa overstays, right? The system creates a perfect timestamp record of your exact departure, making it easier for government to precisely calculate unlawful presence for aliens, okay? For people who overstay, they're welcome. And there's going to be no more ambiguity, right? Now, how long will your biometric data be stored? The photos and the biometric data collected for foreign travelers may be retained by the government for up to 75 years. Yeah. Think about the implication. The federal government will hold your facial scan and biometric information for nearly a lifetime simply because you are not a U.S. citizen. So this creates, I'm not sure if they're going to talk about like, oh, if you're a U.S. citizen, is the facial entry and the exit is not going to be required? I haven't read anything about that. If that news does come along, I'm going to make sure to pass it along to you folks here. Just be sure to subscribe and share this content with your friends and families. Anyone that's interested in this kind of ordeal or dealing with with immigration. So this creates a permanent digital trail, a comprehensive database of your international movement. Now, the implications for LPRs, green card holders: if you are a green card holder, you are now unequivocally subject to the same mandatory facial surveillance as the first-time tourist, okay? It sends a clear message that even legal residency in the United States does not grant you the same privacy, protection, or freedom from pervasive surveillance as a U.S. citizen. Your status, once a shield, now offers no special privacy at the border. What I would say to you guys, this new rule is massive towards the future, or massive step towards the future, where personal privacy is permanently, secondary to governmental surveillance. If you travel internationally as a non-U.S. citizen, your routine at the border is about to change dramatically, permanently. So stay informed, stay aware, and protect your privacy as much as you can. Subscribe to Voices with Anissa Qalbi right now. Share this episode with every green card holder, international traveler, anyone that travels a lot and that says on a green card. They need to be prepared for this new reality come December 26th of next month. Okay, comment below. Does this mandatory surveillance make you feel safer or more exposed? We want to hear your thoughts. Your voice is going to help me expose these critical changes as we provide essential information. I'll be back next week, or again sometime this week, about more breaking news, anything informative that you might find useful when it comes to immigration. Until then, stay informed, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.